This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So in order to understand Terraform, we need to understand what is the problem. What is the problem in current software development process? Current software development process. That is very important. So if you look at this here, let's paint. If you look at this here, we have so many tools actually. So let's understand this. We have AWS as a platform, Google Cloud as a platform, GC, right? Uh, Azure as a platform. Many other tools which we have like Jenkins we have, Ansible we have, Puppet we have, database related software monitoring tool also we have. So many software we have actually. Chef we have, Ansible we have, Puppet we have. So many softwares are there. Now let's say understand this. If you want to automate all this work if you want to automate, you want to set up an implementation and automation, then all the tools more or less they can communicate through API. Okay, so there's a APIs for it. There's a API for it. There's a API for it, right? And using the API or let's say some remote or local provocations. In fact, Docker and Kubernetes also from API also. Kubernetes is also from API. So all this you can access through API nowadays. All the tools capability. So now you write using the API. You write different scripting language. So in some you write YAML file, some you write JSON file, some I'm just telling you, some you write XML file, for some you write let's say Groovy file, for some you write uh, what is that let's say shell scripting, automating the stuff, you write a shell scripting and so on. So you think about it, you write these languages, different languages, and then these languages communicate with this API, and this API asks the tool to do certain things, and that is how the automation is been done. So when you look at this whole automation here, this is like a tedious process here. Now tedious process, correct? Now you have to learn, let's say this API, this API, this API. You have to learn different APIs to automate. So the challenges what we have here is like there are too many tools are there. Too many tools are there in the DevOps, and too many scripting languages are also there for the DevOps. Do we have one scripting language? Okay, understand that. Do we have one scripting language which can automate entire things? So that means, let's say, I am the person who's automation engineer, and you want to automate Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, Chef, Puppet, Jenkins, MySQL, Q, Prometheus, everything I want to automate in one script. Is there any possibility do we have? So I need to learn only one programming language. I need to maintain only one programming language. It's not like that. I have to learn the Puppet, Ruby also, YAML also, JSON also, XML also, shell scripting also, bash scripting also, and different scripting. Because we waste a lot of time over there. And ultimately, everything is all about the API. So can we have one script? Okay, so did you understand the problem here in the world of DevOps? First, did you understand the problem?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So this problem is solved by Terraform. Okay, this problem is solved by Terraform. This one script which is implemented by Terraform. So what basically is being done? Let's understand this. There's so many tools are there. Okay, so many tools. Whatever you name it, you have it. Okay, so many tools are there. Tools 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each are having expose all this feature through API. Correct? All this API. Okay, so all these features exposed through API. So what we have right now, here we have a human being. Okay, and he will write only one scripting, and that we call it Terraform configuration language. Okay, Terraform configuration language, TCL, and he will write only one, and that will be sent to Terraform. That will be sent to Terraform. Now this you understand that you write only one language, and this language is been sent to Terraform. Terraform has to convert this your language into the API supported format. Understand that API supported format. So how do they do that? So Terraform has a concept of provider, is like a library. Okay, this is a tool, this is a tool, this is the library code, something like that. This is a your configuration language, and this is you. So see here what is happening. You write one language, you send to Terraform. Now in this language, whatever you write, you whatever you want to do with this automation. Okay, in a certain format. That format we need to learn. And then Terraform send that file to different provider. And this provider get converted to the API supported request. Okay, and this API send this request to the tool, get you the response, and work is being done. Okay, so this is the uh, automation has been done. So here you have to learn only one script, and only one script only you can automate entire tool set, whatever you want to do, entire workflow. Are you able to understand that, visualize the problem?
Yeah.
Any questions, guys?
So will it only support on-prem or any cloud also? Same code.
Any many everything, many things supported. Here important thing is, as long as you have a provider here, that Terraform supports that. So yes, Terraform typically we say code for infra, because it's an infra tool. AWS, GC, Azure, Google Cloud, Share, Puppet, Ansible, this, that. So infrastructure tool actually. So Terraform is well known for the coding for infra. So this time coding for infra, and infra you have many tools, and infra you have many tools. Now second thing is, Terraform is written in a Go language. Okay, written in Go. Okay, now this is the tool from the HashiCorp. This is the tool which has come from the company called HashiCorp. HashiCorp. Okay, now this is having two edition release. One is community, which is called Terraform, and this is the command line. Now if you want enterprise, this is a command line plus GUI also is there. And in this Terraform CMD, this is a free, this is a paid software. Okay. Now because it's written in Go, it's a platform independent also. Platform independent. Now, okay. Now here we have architecture of Terraform. Architecture of Terraform. Okay. Now one we have us, matlab human. They write a Terraform script, which we call it Terraform configuration language, and this will send to Terraform. Okay, and then Terraform send that to the providers. Okay, and providers send to the API handle, whichever it is. Okay, request to API handle, API through the tool, and then automation starts. Is the tools. Okay, so this is important. Now the question is here, this is we write script script. This is a executable. This is a library, an API, you know that very well. Okay, so this is the architecture of Terraform. Okay, any questions, guys?
It is
Any
clear.
question?
It's clear, Rajesh.
Okay, now how to install Terraform? That is a question. How to install Terraform? And for that, I will directly jump to the demo. So you can install in Windows and Linux anyways, but I will show you in Linux only. Okay. So I need a one machine, which will be my workstation, where I will install the Terraform. So CentOS 7, select, continue, configuration 1, net storage. This is Terraform. Okay. Now this is my workstation. This is my workstation, and this is where I'm going to install Terraform. Now here, I'm going to show you the demo. List of providers which are supported right now by Terraform is this one. Terraform providers here, and you see here. Let me first. So see here, there's so many providers are there. Some major cloud provider infrastructure software, network software, VCS, monitoring related, database messages, and community. See here, these are the different cloud provider. Here you have a major cloud infrastructure software is here. So here you have a Chef, Cohesity, Consul, Docker, CDOM, Helm, Kubernetes, Nomad, Okta, and many things are there. See here, network related software you see here, Akamai, and so many here, and VCS like GitHub and all. Here you have monitoring and software, system software. These are the software which you have monitoring software. Database related, you see few database which is here, MySQL, PostgreSQL, Influx and all, and some of the community and miscellaneous also. So yes, these are the providers supported actually. Yeah. So right now, so here how to install Terraform. Let's do that. So
if you want to
let's
want to install the Oracle or MS SQL server, you cannot do that.
yes, Oracle. There's no official.
Yeah, it's MS SQL also Microsoft.
Oracle.
Because of license, I think. Because they are licensed.
So, but there's no official provider, but you probably find the community provider. So let's check it out. So Oracle Cloud is there. That because Oracle Cloud is there. Here you see Oracle Cloud, but I think Oracle is not there. But I see that few people have written. In not few people, in fact, Oracle itself has written something. I need to check. We need to check actually. So Oracle Pass OPCOS something is there. This is for cloud one. Yeah. So okay. Now CentOS. Now I'm going to install Terraform. So Terraform installation, basically download and just run it. That's all. Then nothing is needed. Now so here's the Linux 64-bit. Okay, so now wget, it's not there actually. Sudo yum install wget. Okay, so let's download. Now let's extract it. And zip is also not there. Now here it is. Now this usually if you set in the path, that will be easier for all of us to call it. So just put it up in any location, whichever you feel. Sudo cp terraform is a executable. Okay, this is the same executable which I talked about here. Okay, terraform executable. So now executable, you got it. Now you need to download the providers. Okay, so how do you download the provider? So you can write a TCL script, Terraform configuration script. Okay, so now let's understand basic workflow in Terraform. That is which I am going to show you. Basic workflow, and for this I think I have a documentation also. Now if you see that how to get started, so Terraform hmm. This is the basic workflow, and this is the advanced workflow in Terraform. Okay, now basic is there and advanced is here. Okay, so let's run this basic. Now I'll just follow the documents only because it's just not feeling right good to writing up now. So okay, so first thing what you have to do, first thing you have to decide, these are the basic workflow. So understand this. This will download the providers, the same providers which I was saying here. Look at this here. Human will write a Terraform script. It will send to Terraform, and Terraform will use the Terraform provider. So before using it, you have to download the Terraform. So the provider. So init will basically download the provider. Okay, download the provider DP. Now after that you write a script. After that you write a script whatever you want, and then run plan means dry run. Dry run means it will check all this connectivity and all this related things, but it will not do the changes. So this will only do the dry run, and real changes will be done by this apply. Okay, and then finally once your work is done, destroy. Okay, so init plan apply destroy. Okay, this is the basic workflow. Same thing I said here, init plan apply destroy. In the this is the explanation. So this is how we do that. So now in order to do that, here first decide what you want. So I want to create a EC2 instance. Okay, so when you want to create a EC2 instance, and then or I want to create a IAM user, I want to create a IAM user. So these are the requirements actually. So all like this you will create and you will consolidate all the requirement and start doing the coding. So first let's understand how to download that. So look at this here, go to this official page only and refer official page only, because there's a waste of time looking here and there for learning the TCL, because lots of changes has happened every month, and I've seen that lots of changes because new releases coming up with the new changes, so always good for it. So if you go for the major cloud, which is let's say AWS, okay, I'm just going one of which. So how to download the provider? Just you have to put uh, this one, okay, just you have to put download the provider, okay. This is also not needed, by the way, version 2.0 and US East 1 whatever. Mine is, by the way, AP South 1 actually. Yeah, here it is. So now can I download this provider? So I'll have my project document. This is my workspace, remember. So I'll delete everything. Those are not needed. Installation is done. Now here mkdir terraform and cd terraform. This is my project one. So vi. Now the question is, where do I store my this TCL script? So I will write it here. Where should I store my TCL? Understand this. So where should I store my TCL? So I should store my TCL in a .tf. Answer is .tf. Okay. Any number of files you can store it. So here I will have a vi provider .tf. Now let me tell you here, you can have you can have a multiple file for multiple declaration in Terraform, or you can have one file also. For example, uh, here uh, you can have every declaration uh, like uh, like let's go to this, like all these resources whatever you are creating in a one file also and separate file also, it's up to you. But remember, when you run the command, this command, init command or plan command or apply command, so it consolidate all tf in that directory, all tf. So let's say if you have a uh, if you have a multiple tf in this directory, uh, then it will consolidate automatically. So that's the beauty about it. It's not like you have to write in this, you can manage it the code at your own way, keeping a file name. So when you run this command, it will take all the files in this directory. So here provider.tf, I decided I will have all the providers, rather than I should call it providers. Now providers. So here we'll have all the providers listed in one file. So now I'm using the AWS. So can I do this command, get terraform init, and you see here is downloading the provider. The version is here. Now if you see here, there's a one hidden directory got created, terraform. ls we will not show you, but ls-la if you do hidden directory and hidden files. So here you have a terraform. Now if you go inside it, you will see that tree is not installed. Sudo yum install tree. See here, this is the plugin Linux AMD64, and this is your provider. Okay, so because this is the what I was discussing here, this is executable, not sorry, this is the provider. So here this is done, Terraform installed, configuration file I have to write it now. By the way, I wrote the configuration file, but to download this, nothing, not for this one. Okay, so are you getting my situation here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now what you have to do, you have to last thing which you have to do is I want to create a ultimate resources of this. So understand that how this skeleton is made out here is very simple. How to write, understand that how to write .df, that's the thing. So I'll more or less I'll put it, have a requirement in place, have a provider in place, have in place. So my requirement is this one, provider, I did it in it. Now skeleton, understand that how this work, TF program, very simple. So you have a first of all providers. So let's say provider, for example, AWS. I'll talk about AWS because AWS is the first provider which has been used. Now AWS provider, this is I'm talking about this guy, okay, will need to convert your TSL script. Understand the logic. This guy is need to convert your TSL language. So for that, this guy should know each and everything about what? About this API call. All because API call should know. For example, let's show you manual. Okay, AWS API resources reference. I'm just not talking about Terraform. I'm just talking about if you want to automate through API in directly through API, AWS. Okay, and you see here, these are the API resources only for EC2 cloud. Okay, not for anything else. Making API request, XC, XML, web service, HTTP programs also you can make it. Now I need to learn all these things like a too much, and these are the way. Let's say this is for Java. Now let's say EC2 client also. Let's say if you go for the Java, and you see here, this is the, look at this. So all this functionality of API you need to know, and too much of reading actually. I can't read this too much. So understand that Terraform has simplified all this work. Okay. So you have a provider and then you have a resources. So there are hundreds and hundreds of resources are there. Okay, understand that. So this AWS has hundreds of resources. You see these features, all these features you have it. See all these features. So all these features is a API, is accessible through API. Understand this. So EC2 is one of the resources. Light shell is one of the resources. Like this, you have it. By the way, EC2 is not a resources. EC2 is a group actually, category. If you go inside EC2, you will find lots of resources. See here, these are the resources. Look at this. Events, tag, reports, these are the resources. Okay, so these are the resources. See here, running elastic, this data. So what has been done by Terraform? They say, okay, you have a resource provider, and then you have a resources, and resources you can create through providing the properties. Okay, so where is this property? So let's understand here. My provider is AWS. The resources is EC2 instance. Okay, so you will provide property. For example, if I create a EC2 instance, see, this is the resources I'm creating. one EC2 instance. So you will pass some variables, right? You see here, you pass different kind of variable. Some of them are a default, some of them are optional, some of them are required. See here, correct now? Look at this here, and you know this very well. See here, you have to choose AMI type, configure, storage, ads. So these are the properties which you need to pass it, everything. So this is a properties. Okay. Now these are the things you have it. So let me show you in this document itself. So here I decided I will go for AWS provider. Now where is the resources? You see here, left side. These all are resources. These all are so many resources you see. Now what you want to do, you have to decide on this. So these all are resources. Now I will select one of the resource category, EC2, because we are very comfortable. Now this is, see, EC2 category, these all are resources. See, now what do you want to do? I want to create a EC2 instance. So you have to locate that resources. So EC2 instance, here it is. See, so now you see here, provider name is AWS. Understand that. Provider name is AWS. Resources is what I want, EC2 AWS instance. So here, this is one of the resources, EC2 resources. Now properties are so many. Properties are so many. So where is that property? See, we call it arguments, because you want to create these resources, you have to have arguments also, right? Or property, whatever it is. So these arguments, so many, plenty, and this has come from here only. These all are, so see, AMI availability zone.
Brad,
Yeah.
is it same like the Ansible module?
Yeah, it's something similar. Yes.
Yeah,
True.
I can see like same. Like, yeah, then you can, yeah, like module. Then you can pass the group the parameters like
But
AMI sub. Yeah. So
something similar to Ansible, but Ansible, what is happening? Uh, that is not for infra as a code. You can use it,
mhm.
but
Yeah,
Ansible is basically for manage.
we can provision RDS EC2 instance through Ansible also, right?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Okay. So here, and you see here, this is a required, this is optional, correct? So like this, you have it each. So this is the best place to learn. Okay. Others, it's very confusing because documents, other tutorials will get outdated so fast because lots of changes happen. Okay, so this is the thing. So now here, this is the arguments. Now arguments you create, let's say for AWS, the arguments required is like a type and AMIs, IDs, and all stuff like that. Now one more thing which is being called, and that is here arguments, and here you have uh, provisioner. What is a provisioner? Provisioner. Okay, provisioner, vision, or so provisioner. What is a provisioner? You have, so let's say you created this resources. Think about it. You created EC2 instance, but after that you want to do something, right? In this EC2 instance, you want to do something, and that is being called as the provisioner. Okay, what you want to do, let's say you create a EC2 instance with this parameter, but after that you want to do install, let's say Tomcat, or what do you say, uh, a MySQL database, or you want to start some services, stop services, something like that. That is called provisioner. Provisioner is very much like a user data. So you create a resources, and then do something inside a resources. Okay, something inside a resource. So user data of AWS like that. Okay, now provisioner required because see here, understand this. First of all, Terraform created that resources. Which one? AWS EC2 instance. This is one box created. So Terraform needed to run some script inside it. So inside they need to run some script. So for that you need to require access, correct? Don't you think so? Because just now I created one EC2 instance manually and you saw that I was needed a key, correct, to access it. So same way Terraform also we need it because Terraform is not a, like a god who knows every access. Are you getting one? Machine access. Are you getting my points?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So for that we have a connection. So first thing argument you do the connection, okay, at resource level, then you do the connection and then provisioner, and here you might be having variables also, variables conditioning this that and all, variables conditioning. So this is the overall skeleton of the uh, resource declaration. Okay, understand this overall. So let me do one thing, let me run some of the examples and you'll get it. Okay, so let's get started. So now I am showing you the demo. Okay, so all this thing you have documents on the portal only, just spend some time. Okay, so come back. This is my provider.tf. Now I want to create one EC2 instance. So for that, what should I do? Create here. See here, look at this here. See that resources here, resources EC2. This is the resource name AWS instance, and name of the resources is example, and here these are the required parameter and you're giving tag. So you want to create a resources, this one, and tag with this one, simple. Now you see I copy vi aws underscore resources .tf. Now done. So coding is done for time being. Provider is downloaded. I want to create a resources. So what we do in this case, remember I showed you init, done, up plan, apply, destroy. So if I do the plan, you see here Terraform plan, and now you see it says no valid credentials found. See, think about it. Okay, Terraform is just like us. If they access the AWS resources API, they need access, correct? No? Without access, you can't do that. So what do we do in this case? So I will create a access for it. So let's go to AMI. IAM, sorry, AMI not IAM. User. Let's create a temp. Okay. And here I'm giving programmatic access to which group? So see Terraform AWS EC2 full access you have given. Next, create user. Okay, done. Now this is the key which I'm going to use it here in Notepad. I will write it here. Now I'm going to fill this. So let's get started. So how do we give access? This is the way. So you're going to provide that these are the ways to access AWS API. You know that. Now this file will go to the providers. So let's go providers, change this to add this. Done. Now access has been given. This is not a good practice to pass the access, but there's one of the way. Security is first you learn the tool, then you talk about the security. Now see, I did run the plan, and plan said one resources will be added, 0 will be changed, and 0 will be destroyed. That's true. Now if I do apply, then changes will be made. That means resources will be created. But I don't want to do apply now. I want to add some more desire. So what I want to do, I want to add IAM user also. IAM user. So for that you would need a super access. For that, let's do one thing. Let's go to the GitHub account. Okay. So I'll use the different provider. Now I'm using different provider. Provider name is GitHub. Okay. This is GitHub, and I need a token for this. Setting, developer setting, personal access token. This was generate a new token. Now what access you want to give it, give it. I'm giving everything right now. Okay. Generate a token. This is for Terraform, right? This is last time I generated a AWS. This time it's this one on GitHub. So now this is GitHub. So now let's create a repository now. So I am creating repository. So I will provide the first provider. Now token, I got it. Now organization, my organization name is demo temporary. So this is my organization name here. So see, this is a provider declaration. So can I do one thing? I will declare, add this in the providers. I'm working the two providers here. See, AWS provider added, GitHub provider. Init, can I do that? So Terraform init, because has to be downloaded, right? So the moment you add a new provider you want to upgrade, you have to do that. So now you got two provider total. So now can I do the plan? Before planning, do you have anything extra? So plan, here it is. See, only one. So I have not added a code for the creating the resources. So let's do that. So how do you put it up? See, this is the code. Okay, look at this resource. This is the resource name of the resources, name of the repository, Terra demo, and description private repository no false. So here let's create one more file, GitHub resources. I'm not doing apply because apply will do the changes. I'll do at once. Okay. Now plan. See, earlier it was one resources. Now you have a two resources. See, so that means one resources will be created GitHub repository, one EC2 instance. So this is the way you can work with, this is the format you can work with resources, pass the parameter, which I did it. You look at this program, vi aws and GitHub. See that here. See, this is the resource name, parameter, arguments, whatever you call it. This is the resource name, parameter, argument. Okay, so far did you understand that?
Yeah.
Any questions, guys? Okay, so now next thing is connection. What is a connection? Connection means what you want to do with the resources. So here in this AWS, I can do something because that's a machine, but GitHub repository, I cannot do much of it. So next thing is connections. So let's do the connections. I will copy. So okay. So let's do the connection. So here you will do the connection, but with what? That is a question. So just give me a second. Okay, see. So connection you will do to run provisioner. Remember, provisioner also there are multiple type of provisioner. One is like a file provisioner. One is a local exec. One is remote exec. Understand this. Remote exec. Now there are few more provisioners are there, which I'm not covering right now. For example, chef provisioner. You want to run chef script, you can do that. Puppet script, you can do that. And there's one more which is there. I'm not able to recall that. So let's look for the provisioners. So Terraform provisioners. Okay, and here these are the provisioners. Okay, look at this here. Here, what you want to do in the resources, you can run chef script, puppet script, salt script, and there's a habitat which I have never used actually. So this. Now, what is the important one? File, local, and remote. So what is a file will do? Let's read it from their perspective only. File, local, remote. So here, if you see here, read it very clearly. So this will used, okay, understand that. This file provisioner is used to copy files or directory from the machine executing Terraform apply to newly created resources. This means file will try to copy from the machine, Terraform machine where you are running the command, to the resources which you are creating. That is that. Now, what is the method is being used for connection? SSH and WinRM. Okay. So I want to copy some file to the machine. So how do you copy? So for that, I need a provisioner. Which provisioner? File provisioner. Now, first let's talk about the local exec. Local exec. Read it. Local means local. Understand this. Local exec will invoke local executable. Okay, local executable after the resource created. So here, when you say create a resources, this resources here we are saying create a resources. This one. So after that, you run one local script. Local script means understand this. There is a this is you, this is you, this is a machine from where you are working, and this is the AWS. So when you say local script, so once the AWS create a EC2 instance which you are creating, then you run the script here, local script here, local exec. After that, see here, provisioner invoke a local executable in your workstation, is created, and remote exec, which is as a opposite. See, remote exec provisioner invoke a script, but on a remote machine. But again, after it is created, of course, others how it will do. Did you understand this? This file, local, and remote
Okay,
provisioner.
can you explain again the file one?
So file will do the copying. See here, copying. You want to copy some script file from the workstation. After that, in EC2, so you can use file. But the question is how it will copy. For that, either it uses SSH or WinRM. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now let me show you an example for it. Okay. So look at this here. So so here we are adding file provisioner. So look at this code, adding one by one file provisioner. Okay, vi AWS, and here remember it should be added under the EC2 AWS instance. So they should be added inside this one because it's a part of that resources, right? So here you see created a resources with some attributes. Now adding a provisioner, file provisioner, and now what it will do, source, there's one file. Okay, here DevOps-School -local, and it will copy inside the temp directory. Okay, but for doing this one, it required some sort of permission. So here they're using SSH EC2 user, and this PEM file you should be in the laptop localhost. I have this PEM file, I'll give you. And where should be done? Self.public.ip. That means same machine, whatever you create here, it should be done. So I need this file, and I need this file. So let's copy it. So go to keys and Rajesh Mumbai, and what was the file name? I forgot. Rajesh Terraform. So this is the key, and Save it. Key has to have a permission of 600, you know that. Now there is one more file need to be created, and that is DevOps, this one. So vi some content done. Okay, so this is done. Did you understand this file?
Like regarding the PM file, it should be there in your local system, right? So why we should copy to our EC2 instance?
You want to copy this one in the local, from local to remote. Maybe this is a some script sort of it. So you want to copy it. So it can be a script also. So let's say some script which is something, some you want to copy from the remote, some packages you want to copy, your packages, your zip file or something like that.
Yeah,
I think
because I'm a bit confused about the PM file. The PM file normally we use only for to log in EC2 instance, right? It's a private key, so we cannot keep in the EC2 instance. So,
what is your confusion?
and like normally we won't copy because we need to copy the .pm file, which is the private key, to
Oh,
our
okay,
then
okay.
EC2 instance.
Wait. I'm not copying that PM file. It's my local machine, my workstation. I'm copying this file. But the question is, understand the architecture. Now, first time, flow number one, flow number two. First, you create a EC2 instance through Terraform in the cloud. Second, you want to do in this machine something. So first thing, to create a EC2 instance, you need a API access. Now to do something in this machine, you need a SSH access, correct?
Yeah.
So for that, understand this. For login to this machine, we gave the provider AWS, sorry, to log into API, we gave the provider access. But if you want to copy file inside a machine which you created here, okay, one resources, then you need a access which is key. So if you look at this, whatever the resources I'm creating, I should be creating with a key. So here I should be creating with a Rajesh-Mumbai. Then only it will be used. Getting my points?
Yeah.
Okay. So now this is the operations. Now if you want to run some script, some command and all, so here you can see local exec, and this is a remote exec. Remember, this will be done in the local machines. This will be done in the remote machine. So here what you are doing, touch, creating Debug.School -local. Same file you are copying into the remote locations. Sorry, resources, and then you are creating one more file in the remote location. So by default, temp should be having local and a remote, both a file. Okay, did you understand this? Okay, so now let's create overall things.
So this inline, I think, look like the Ansible module, right?
Yeah. Okay, so this is for security group, which we don't need it. Do we need it? I'm thinking about it. Let's go for security group. So here we are creating one security group, allow TLS. Okay, allow TLS, and that will be, it's not needed because by default it will be done. So let's do this. Copy the whole script, and so this is opening, this is closing, this is opening, this is closing. Just this is opening, opening, closing, this one, opening, closing. opening, closing, opening, opening, closing, closing, this one. So I have to copy here. Okay. Now let's use this file.
Rajesh, can we get all the templates in their site itself
What is
for
that?
each? Can we get all these templates all in their site, in the Terraform site for each
Can we get
resource?
all the template?
Like all the templates, like I can remember, like in the Ansible, for each module they have the example templates there, so we can modify as per our requirement. So if I same for Terraform, will they have the templates for each module?
Okay, okay. So that is required basically interpolations. Yes, you have that template interpolations, variable interpolation. No, template is nothing but the
Yeah,
variable interpolations.
yeah.
Okay.
Like for Ansible, you can get, you can go there, each module they have the example at the end of the each module,
Huh.
so you can
Yeah,
use
yeah.
them.
So Terraform has a variable interpolation functionality that
Yeah,
is
so
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
for each, so we can take the module and we can edit as per our
yeah,
requirement.
yeah. That is there. Variable interpolations and template. Yep, template generated. You have it. There is a provider name itself is a template. You can use it. Okay, here. Okay, so you see done most of the things. So now what I'm doing, let me conclude this. I am creating one resources AWS EC2 instance with this specification AMI instance type keys Rajesh Mumbai, which is already exist. Security groups. Okay, let me create a security groups also, because here I am referring the security groups here. So security groups, which is pretty long code here, and after that you are doing the local exec, remote exec, and file operations. So let's copy this whole code. vi AWS resources, and here in the GitHub, what I'm doing, GitHub creating one demo repository. That's all. So now can I run the Terraform unit? It was done already. Can I run the plan now? And there's some mistake has happened. It's say undeclared resources. So for that, variable,
Security group, I think.
no. It says manage resources AWS security group, which is here, AWS security group name has not been declared in the root module. So root module is this is the root module, but this is again this change something. The last time it worked for me. Just a second, let me check. So the
This
code,
conference will now be recorded.
yeah. So the code which I was referring has a little bit changes. So I will do the modification now itself, so I will not forget later. So just give me 2 seconds. I will do the change now itself. So edit this code. Now here I should give it this changes. It's not resolving. This one update. Okay. So now I think it's done. So you see here 3 resources I'm creating. Overall, remember here I have a 1 resources GitHub, and here I have a 2 resources. Understand this. Resource number 1 security group allow TLS, and resource number 2 web. Also, I'll make sure that that is not available, because if that is security group is available, it will fail. So security groups, though you should be checking that some condition you can add it, but right now not complicating this. Allow allow TLS. So I think we have this name. So many. Okay, so let me delete this. This is from the previous demo. Action, delete security group. Confirm, right? Yeah. Confirm. No, sorry, delete. So I'm deleting this. And now, can I do the plan? Now, last thing which I'm doing is plan. Remember, this was the discussion as per the things. Where is that? See here. Init done, plan done, apply. Sorry, now I'll apply and then destroy. So here, Terraform, apply. Coding is done. And enter the value. So do you really want to do that? Yes. Now there is a one problem, and here while creating the EC2 instance, it says okay, here it's saying error launching instance, possible mismatch. What is this now? Invalid parameter value is invalid. Okay, so here it's saying possible parameter is invalid. Let me check. Should any error, invalid parameter value, group ID is invalid, the value cannot be empty, group ID. So the error we have in the AWS instance, which is here, okay, and let me check other got created or not. So see here, GitHub repository creating, security group creating, security group allow TLS done, then EC2 instance is creating and creation complete. Okay, so what is happening, I'll tell you what has happened. uh, uh, I'm doubting, because here you see GitHub is creating, here is completed, here security group creating but not completed. So because of not completed, okay, not completed, that is saying invalid option. So you should wait for some time. As per the logic, you can sleep for some time after this, and then you can call this. So if I do this now, probably it should do the work. So it's a safe to rerun, I will tell you. Yes. Let me check it got created or not.
allow see allow TLS has not come here, that's the problem. So it's before creating itself, it's hitting to this uses. So let me fix that issue. Should was working earlier. So error launching a script is invalid parameter, value parameter group ID is invalid, cannot be empty status. This is the only issue whichever I said its value is empty. Why? Because not got created. So I have to wait for it. So here Terraform depends on example. Okay. So I have to use resource dependency. Terraform resource depends on. Huh. So here this is the EC2 instance. Here depends on specifying hidden count for depends on. So here I should say this is the resource 1, 2, 3, 4, whereas this one I have to add it. Okay. So depends on what? So depends on, it should be added actually, no? Earlier it worked. Okay, so depends on security group, which is this one, and dot allow TLS. Okay, so now this I added, it should be closed also. Here, done. Can I add it in the resources? First, let me try vi AWS resources. Should be end of it, right? Sources end of it. Yeah. Okay, so I made the dependence on the AWS security group dot allow TLS. So this
Actually,
should
it's
be
in
fixing it.
EC2 instance. You have to add it in EC2 instance block. I think it's there.
Yeah, that's correct, no? Because the error is coming in the EC2 instance only, right?
Actually, you have add it into file provisioner.
Correct, no? This is the where you have to add, no?
No, but the line that you copied, you have you add it into the file resource provisioner.
No, that is not. Oh, yeah. So understand this. Okay. So it should be here. See, AWS instance itself has a resource name, attributes,
Okay. It's
provision.
provisioner. Okay. That's one. Yeah.
So done. Hopefully this should fix that. Let's do the init first. Oh, sorry, not init, plan. I wanted to do plan first. and plan, it should show me one resources. So in this case, here is a conflict statement. It should be 2 because did not get created. Let me try apply. Yes. Value first in the valid, invalid. How come it's invalid? Let me.
This
Okay.
conference will now be recorded.
So what I did in order to fix that issues, I add the IDs. Okay. Instead of security groups. Here, this was taking up, but probably there's something which is classic. So something which was not able to set the value. So if I set the value, this one automatically let's take it up. So value was able to set. Now you see here, AWS got created actually, and then remote exec is happening. Sorry, first local exec happening, then before that file should happen. So I'll just check the output a little bit later. And okay, let's look at this EC2 instance got created or not. Refresh. See hello world. This is the one. This is the program. Now let's check if the file got okay. So yet to complete. Let it come. So it's trying waiting for the connections. Meanwhile, I'll modify my source code also because this code I might modify at least 10 times. So in the last 1 year, every time there's some issues. So mm, done. So here it should be correct. IDs security group allow TLS.id allow TLS, and this is dependency have to add it also, right? So duplicate sessions CentOS Terraform VI AWS resources and depends on, but though depends on was not needed, but still I will add it as a reference. Here it is. And now this code is updated. Done. Let me check the output. Okay, so here EC2 user still creating. So okay, there's a one problem, you must check this out. See, connecting to remote host via SSH, username root, and they are trying to use the password false, private key false, certificate false. So what is the problem here? So everything,
Private key.
yeah, so everything got success. But if you look at this here, they are not using this user. Why? Because this connection, whatever I declare, no, understand this. I declare inside a file. So that's the reason the scope of this is not coming inside this. So either you declare this one outside, or uh, so it will be used this one and this one, or you have to declare two times. So depends on this. So this program will not work. So I have to cancel this. But provisioner is not done, this one, except I think this one and this one is done. Let's check it out. First thing, first thing, let me check whether local exec has happened, remote exec and file exec. So first thing is DevOps local got created. So this is happened. Did we get this one done? Let's check it out. EC2 hyphen user and go to the temp. And if I see remote exec, touch Debug.School hyphen remote, it got failed. Did it happen? This one local? No, because this did not happen. This did not happen. So what I should do? Copy this connection to the. So I will destroy this. Now in one code you can destroy everything. Everything means all the resources. I have to recreate it because provisioners has failed. So this was the last workflow here. Destroy. So in it, download the provider, plan, dry run, apply, do the changes, destroy whatever you are having. Now important.
Apply will directly call plan if a plan was not run before.
No, apply will not need a plan, but it will tell you, are you sure you want to confirm and apply?
Actually, when we try to apply the changes, then it is calling a plan, I think.
Yeah, it will tell you what are the changes you are making as part of the plan. So plan code is different, apply code is different. Apply has an inbuilt ways to tell you. Now this is what I did. Connection, I keep it outside. So scope of things will be out. So now you can use this. So can I try now? Three resources all together. So you see the Terraform is so easy to recreate entire infrastructure in one go. So that way it will help you a lot. What is this? Uh, So I think my changes did not stored or something. Let me check. Hmm. See, the file name is pm. This correct. Hmm. Okay, can I apply one more time? Fail to read SSH key. No key found. Strange. So it could be a reason. Now this troubleshooting will.
This conference will now be recorded.
So if you're trying Terraform with AWS, let's you'll be wasting that. So try the the things. Done. Now guys, show that see the resources. Okay. Now most important thing is here this state file. The state file is so important that everything whatever you created, let's say I apply one more time. So one more time I apply and say 3 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. Up, yes. I should not be saying 3 to add. It said 0 to add. So last time what command I had run? Plan. Again, there's a problem. This time I added light program. Let me delete this. Connection, EC2 user, self host, Everything's correct. One more time, destroy Terraform. Let me check the permission has been given or not. chmod 600. Done. Now Terraform destroy. Yes. And apply. Yes. Oh, come on. No key found. Provisioning with the remote exit. Private key, no key found. Should be fixing the issue actually. Okay, so my fix also is not working. Okay, I think let me check the code first. So AWS security group, that's super. Okay, this is my mistake. Okay, so did you understand the problem? Hmm. No, it's not my problem. Just a second. Rajesh Mumbai hyphen key. This is correct. I thought the key I'm not giving, but I gave the key. Now, okay, let me try manually. First thing, what is happening? Because Terraform, whatever is doing, first I should try manually. Hello world. Here, same machines I try. SSH ec2-user ssh-i this file ec2-user at the rate of IP address. Yes. Exit. Yeah, I got logged in. Everything is correct. Now, what is the issue? says
We are providing file in a double quotes. Is this the right syntax or not? Because I think the file must be a function to open a file, I think. So we need to pass in
yes.
double quote or not. I'm not sure that.
Let me try. Maybe that is last try. Vi AWS resources connection. Everything is in double quote only. That's the problem because file is a function. Let's use this private key file Terraform. Connection, okay. File, where is a file? Private key file function. File path. Am I using same thing? Okay, let's do one thing. File, do this way. So many changes happened. Now I'm following file path. Hopefully this should be correct. Destroy, last try this one. Okay, destroy it, apply. Fifth instance got wasted now. I wanted to get it done in one instance with troubleshooting. Wasted 6 instances. And there's no alternative for that also because key is the only can be used in the EC2 instance. Yeah, I think it's taken. So much of waiting. This should be ready now. So it's waiting for that connections to be available for SSH. It takes some time, but it should not be taking too much.
Instance is still in creating phase. I think that's why
Yeah.
it's not connected.
Yeah. So it's initialization phase actually. Now it is done. It should be still creating. I can see it's done. Hmm. This is too much. Usually it's not taking that much of time. Just ah, I see that's available. Yeah. So guys, any questions anyone has? Okay, this is the different error. Okay, so he's trying to do timeout error. Okay, so this is a timeout error. That means IP on IP address 172. From where you got this error? Public IP is 13. This should be here 113. 31 dot. Okay, this is subnet IP address. So IP address could not get it. Okay, yeah, I'll fix these issues later. But any other questions you have? All right. Hello. Okay, so I'll fix this code now in some time, and then I'll send it to you through WhatsApp. Okay. Okay, guys. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bye.